welcome to the very first episode of Motherhood Monday for Skinny Budget. I hope you're all having a really great day, and I'll just get straight to the point. You can look at all the information and steps more clearly on my blog, which I'll put a link in the description to as per normal. So today's topic is how to budget for baby. Whether you've just had a baby or whether you know people that have had babies, etc. Sometimes it's just really interesting to see how other people approach the same situation that you may be in or that you may have been in, etc. So I thought this would be a really great way for me to let you guys know how I'm dealing with the situation of impending motherhood for the second time and what I may be doing differently. So this particular episode is, of course, budgeting and how I'm going about it. So I've written it in steps. I think there's about 5 steps in total. I will be looking this way a little bit because it's got my steps there, and I just want to stick to the point and give you the same kind of information that I do discuss on my blog just to keep it more relevant. Whether you're an organised type of person, whether you generally write lists anyway, it doesn't really matter. For this particular step, it's just going to save you a lot of time, a lot of effort, and more importantly, I think a lot of money, especially if you are expecting a baby. Money is certainly something you don't want to just be wasting. So this step includes you writing down things that you would love to have for your baby, whether it just be such as a baby carrier, you've always loved the idea of them, etc. No matter what it is, just write it down on the list. And it's just, you can give it a title such as my wants or my needs or whatever, just as long as it's got you in there, and then just go ahead and write everything down that you want, need, think you need, etc. So the second thing that I want you to do, and this is still step 1, is I want you to go through and make another title after you finish your list and call it recommendations. Now, recommendations is where, of course, you would ask friends, family members, whether you have colleagues or co-workers that have just had a baby and you feel comfortable asking, and just go through and ask what kind of items that they've bought or they've purchased that they're finding that, or they've found that they don't really use or that they don't have a need for. Some of them might be really blunt and just tell you it was an absolute waste of money, never to buy it, etc. But just take it all in, don't so much single something out, just take it all in, write down their recommendations. And I mean, don't be afraid to ask why they didn't use it. It could have just been their baby's personal, they just didn't find it comfortable, or it could have just been a particular brand that they hated and they still recommend that product but not that brand. Just write all this information that you're receiving down. Don't feel overwhelmed. This step doesn't take too much time and does save you a lot of time in the long run on purchasing items that you're probably just not going to use, and you may find it hard to get rid of and obviously get money back if possible. This is where step 2 comes in. Now, step 2 is the markdowns. So markdowns is basically, unlike a sale that you might go to the shops and have, markdowns, step 2 is where we completely go through the list and start analysing what we've written down. Now, it's sometimes more helpful to go through it with your partner, whether it be your husband. You could go through it with your best friend, a really close family member. Just pick one person, or you could pick a group of people and just sit down and go through that list. You might find there's a pattern from recommendations. People have been recommending you don't buy a certain thing, and you might find that that pattern is it's a certain brand that you should steer clear of completely. That might be people didn't use a high chair for the first 6 months and yet they spend so much money buying the best of the best one before the baby was even born. So things like this, you can start to see whether you'll need something in particular before the baby's born, or whether you can save a bit of money now for the meantime and obviously put some money aside and buy it after the baby's born in the coming months. This step's going to save you purely because a lot of people spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a whole array of products that they don't necessarily use for the first 6 to 8 months of the baby's life, and it's just sitting there. Now, step 3 is online and store shopping. But online shopping can, and I say can, I'm not saying it will always, but it can save you a lot of money. Now, when I say can, obviously a lot of the times you'll go into the stores and you'll be able to talk the salesperson down, maybe 10%, maybe 20%, whatever it may be. Whereas online shopping, a lot of the times they just have one-day sales, there's no negotiation, that's that. So, online and store shop. Sometimes it might be in your favor to just go in the store, but other times, and I would say all round, it's in your best interest to shop around. And that doesn't of course just mean buy different stores, but obviously different avenues. So whether it be online or going in someone and just talking to them about what you'd like, what's the best price, etc. This is going to save you, once again, a lot of time, and I know it sounds funny because you're spending a lot of time looking, but it's going to save you a lot of time once you find the product that you want and you've got the best deal for it. You can then relax, and obviously you've got more money in the pocket to buy other things that may be on your list. Now, step 4 is to do things in baby steps. Now, baby steps is something that I'm currently doing myself, which again is relevant because this is what I'm going through. Whether it be lay-buying or whether it just be every week you purchase one thing for the baby. You don't have to feel like you have to purchase one thing. You don't have to feel like it's just one thing that you have to get. Well, that's 2, so 1. Once again, it can be whatever. For example, even if you're going to breastfeed, you still may need bottles to express the milk into to let someone else, give you a break. So whether you need bottles and a sterilizer, that could be one thing that you buy for that week. Sterilizers, they can be anywhere from $20, you can get them to $200. It's up to you which one you want, and it's obviously up to you how much you spend on it, if you have that option. But the main thing is, don't feel pressured to buy everything in one hit. Lay-by is certainly a great option, especially for any income, whether you're a high income earner, whether you're a lower income earner. No matter what, if you're expecting a baby, obviously you need these items. So how you go about it is up to you, and of course, up to your budget. Hi guys, sorry I had to change angles, and I'm sorry that I'm doing this on my iPhone at the moment. My webcam and lighting in here is terrible. So, and we've also got a visitor. Lily is in the office at the moment, so that's the background noise that you'll be hearing. So the one thing that I should note about lay-bys is just make sure you find out what kind of minimum deposit you'll be needing. Some lay-by areas do 10%, I believe. Some other areas it's 20 to 25%. So just make sure you find out the facts of lay-by before you go and obviously lay-by all these items. Okay, so now for step 5, which is our very last step. We're almost there. Thank you for being so patient. Step 5, that's 10, step 5 is all about the baby shower. So whether you have a baby shower or not, baby showers are a great way for people to feel involved, for people to feel, really connected to you through your pregnancy, and they really want to feel like they're there for you and the baby, and they want you to know that. So whether you do have one or not, a lot of people will ask you, regardless, if there's anything that you need. So I'm sorry about the glare on my glasses. So make sure you're completely honest with people about what you do need and what you don't need, just so that you avoid Lily's found the baby's toys. So just so that you can obviously avoid stacking up on lots of things that you already have, and avoid obviously stacking up on things that you do not need for the baby at all, or things that you're not interested in using. The reason to be honest with people is because people want to feel like they're doing you a favor by getting you things. They want to feel like they're helping you, and by not being upfront and letting them know that you may already have something, or you'd really need this item, it's just going to end in them not feeling very helpful at all, or you obviously having this abundance of things that you just do not need. So they are my top 5 tips for how to budget for baby. Once again, in very informative ways, I have listed my 5 tips for you on my blog, which will be in the link, which there will be a link for in the description bar. So until next time guys, I hope you are having a great day. It is Monday, so 1 day down, 4 to go until the weekend. Until next time.